How's it going, everyone? It's Joe from Joe's Thrill Journeys. Decided to make another video for you guys. The last time I saw you, I was at my apartment in Southington. I have since moved, and I am now at my condo in Bristol. I own this condo. This is mine, and this is where most of my videos are going to be coming from when I am not at a theme park for the near future. So, without further ado, in today's video, I wanted to talk to you about some of my most anticipated roller coasters for the upcoming season. So, I have 3 definite park trips planned: California, Texas, and also the Southeast United States. But I also have some other trips that I would like to get to, but I'm not really sure if the budget will allow this year. I'm trying to be strict on my budget, and I'm going to only do what I can afford. But yeah, so within those trips, some of the parks that I'm going to be getting to, definitely Six Flags Magic Mountain, Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Hollywood. I would like to get to Disneyland, California. I would like to get to SeaWorld, San Diego. And if I have the budget and the time allows, I would like to also get to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, as well as California's Great America over in California. Those are the parks that I would like to get to, but the first few parks that I mentioned are more of the priority. Next up, we have the Texas Strip, which is going to be Six Flags Over Texas, Six Flags Fiesta Texas, SeaWorld San Antonio, maybe Coda Land if the budget allows, and also I would like to see the Cowboys play at home. So that might be a trip that gets delayed towards September or later, just because I would like to get to the Cowboys game. But that's going to be the Texas Strip. And then we have the Southeast United States. So I plan on visiting Six Flags Over Georgia, Fun Spot America Atlanta, Dollywood, and Carowinds. Uh, those are the parks definitely that I plan on visiting in that area. And then some other trips that I might get to, I might not. It depends on the budget and how things are within that I could afford and just the timing of everything. Epic Universe is a trip that I've been planning. I was gonna do it this year for sure, and then I didn't want to go alone, so I decided to hold off on it. But I might still go. I'm still debating. If I do go, it might be sooner than you think. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then also, I would like to get back over to Cedar Point because I did not get on Saturday Fierce last year. That line was just insane on opening weekend. Did not get to go. That's okay. I knew I was going to go back eventually. So it's just a matter of when I get there. And then some parks that I didn't get to last year, but I would like to get to soon, maybe not this year. Lost Island, Adventureland, Valley Fair, and a couple of Mount Olympus, Little America, some parks in the Midwest area that I didn't get to. Would be nice to get to those this year or next year. Those are not as much of a priority as some of these other ones that I mentioned first that are definitely happening, but I would like to get there eventually. Um, so yeah, so there's going to be a lot of different coasters that I'm getting on this year for the first time. So let's just kind of dive into this list. I made a list of 40 coasters. I'm not going to go into detail about all of them. I will talk about the ones that I feel like need to be talked about. I have my list open on this computer monitor directly behind you guys on the other side of the screen, and I also have open a RCDB tab on the other side as well on the other screen. So if you see me look off, I'm looking at either my list or I'm looking at RCDB for some stats. So anyway, let's just dive into this. Again, I'm gonna go kind of quick on most of these until we get to like the top 15 or so. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. So number 40 on this list is going to be a ride that I've been on in Orlando, but not the Hollywood version, and that is Revenge of the Mummy. This was a ride that was one of my all-time favorites as a kid. Really loved going on this one. My family and I used to go to Universal in Orlando all the time, and we would get the express passes, and we would just go on Revenge of the Mummy on repeat. It was our favorite ride as a family for a while in Orlando, and we kept going on that ride. It was great. Everything about it was awesome. The theming, the speed, everything. It was one of our favorites as we were growing up. Um, don't really know what to expect from the Hollywood version. I'm hoping it's similar or maybe better. I don't know anything other than same name, same ride type. Other than that, I'm sure it's probably going to be a clone. So yeah. Minecart Madness is number 39 on my list, and this is a boom coaster at Epic Universe. Again, I'm not really sure if I'm definitely doing Epic Universe this year. It might happen, it might not. I hope it happens, but I might wait a year because there's a new coaster coming next season to the Universal Studios in Orlando. But I don't know what's going to happen with Epic Universe this year. So Minecart Madness is a unique coaster that I've never really been on. Something with the track is very interesting. I'll explain that more once I get to the park, because I think it'll be better if you guys see it as opposed to me describing it. So that is on my list. Number 38 is going to be Stream at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and I'm pretty sure Stream is a direct clone of a ride that's close to home for me. It's a direct clone of Medusa. I'm gonna just look this up to confirm real quick, and it is a Medusa. Yep, definitely a Medusa clone. Medusa is one of my favorite rides at Six Flags Great Adventure. To being on Floorless, it's got multiple versions, and I am looking forward to it. So that is number 38. The reason why it's low on my list is just because I've done it before. If I had never done it, it would be much higher. But because I've done Medusa, that's not as high. It's the same with Revenge of the Mummy. So that's why those two are low. But anyway, number 37 on this list is going to be Full Throttle, which is its premier Skyrocket 3. And apparently it's the only of its kind, which I did not know that there was even more than a Skyrocket 2. So I've been on plenty of Skyrocket 2s. There's the Phobia Fear at Lake Compounds. There's Tigris at Busch Gardens, Tampa. There is the one at Busch Gardens that was closed that I didn't get on. I forget the name of it. And I think there's one other Skyrocket that I've been on as well. Those are fun. I think the Kennywood one is the Skyrocket as well. Those are fun. Nothing really special or anything about them. But this one is a newer model, I guess. I don't really have any information on it other than it's one of a kind. So Stream, let's pull up the stats here. We've got 7 inversions, 141-foot drop. Oh no, sorry, I'm really looking at the wrong ride. That's Stream. I am going to be looking at Full Throttle. Sorry, Full Throttle, 164 feet, 70 miles an hour, 2 inversions. This looks like it could be a lot of fun. But again, I really don't know anything other than stats. I've never really seen POVs for these coasters. Most of these coasters, I should say. But Full Throttle looks like it could be interesting. Next up, we have the Copperhead Strike, and that is a Mack launch coaster. Don't really have any details on that other than it's a Mack launch coaster. Number 35 on this list is a coaster that was supposed to open up in 2025 but did not, and that is Quantum Accelerator at Six Flags New England. And that's the real reason why I did not bring you guys a vlog for Six Flags New England last year, is because I wanted to wait until this Quantum Accelerator was open to give you guys the full experience. This park is actually less than an hour away from where I live right now in Connecticut. So I go to this park all the time, probably at least 2 or 3 times a year, for sure, maybe more if time allows. We'll see. And I'm looking forward to getting on it. I was listening to a podcast, and I didn't know this, but apparently the trains are going to be like a motorbike kind of train. Not really sure how that's going to work. It's a family launch coaster. And yeah, it should be interesting. Don't really know much beyond that. I saw it in person because I went to Six Flags New England last year, but I didn't see it operating. So it'll be a unique experience because, I don't really know what to expect. Number 34 on my list is West Coast Racers, and this just looks like a standard racing coaster that's in the West Coast from Premier. Nothing really too crazy about that one that's worth mentioning. Tatsu, number 33 on my list, is a B&M flying coaster. Those are a lot of fun. I think I've been on a couple of them, and yeah, they're great. I think the one that comes to mind is the one at Six Flags Great America, Illinois. X-Flight, I think, is similar, if I remember right. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I think it's a similar kind of coaster. So that's what I'm looking forward to with Tatsu. Next up, we have a coaster that I'm pretty sure I've never done, and that is Hang Time over at Knott's Berry Farm. Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster. Looks a lot of fun based off the stats, but stats are not everything when it comes to roller coasters, so I don't really know what to expect. Next up, we have a couple of wooden coasters. Apocalypse the Ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and Hurler, a Carowinds International wooden coaster, are 31 and 30 on this list. I love wooden coasters. Some of my favorites are Voyage, The Beast, El Toro, Mystic Timbers, Twisted Timbers, and that is a few of the many. The Boss is a favorite wooden coaster of mine, so there's a lot of wooden coasters that I love, and I hope to get on more great wooden coasters soon, because even though they are bumpy sometimes, they are definitely a lot of fun. One park on this list, and 2 coasters that I would like to get on this season. that I've been on, but it's been a good like 4 years since I've been. Were Phoenix at Knobles and Twister at Knobles. I've definitely been on them before, but it's been so long I don't remember anything about them, and I don't have them. I don't really know what to expect from them when I get on them. So those are also coasters that I would like to get on, but I don't really have them on this list because I've been on them before. So that's why they're not on this list. But uh, yeah. So after Hurler, we have B&M Invert, a couple of B&M Inverts actually. We have Afterburn at 29 and Great White at 28. Afterburn is at Carowinds, Great White is at SeaWorld San Antonio. And both of these look like they're going to be a lot of fun. I love Raptor and Banshee. Those are a couple of great ones. Talent is a great B&M invert. Montu are a couple. Patriot, another great B&M invert that are off the top of my head. I love those. Alpengeist is another one. They're just a lot of fun. Speaking of Alpengeist, a similar name, Poltergeist, is next on my list at 27. This is a premier launch coaster at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. 26 on my list is going to be Superman Krypton, and that is a B&M Floorless. This is going to be similar to Medusa, but not the exact clone like Scream is. Um, Steel Eel is a D.H. Morgan hypercoaster, and the only actually it's not quite a hypercoaster because the height isn't tall enough, but it's a D.H. Morgan, and it's going to be similar to a hypercoaster because there's no inversions. It's a few feet short of the height requirements to be a hyper, but it's basically a hyper. Um, the H. Morgan Hyper that I've been on for comparison is Mamba at World of Fun, and that was a good ride. I enjoyed it. I actually got the shirt from Mamba. So if it's anything like Mamba, maybe a little bit smaller, I would be all for that. It was great. It is a little bit older though. I think it was opened in 1999, so that's just something to be aware of. Next up, we have something that's much newer, and that is the Georgia Gold Rusher, and it's the Intamin Ultra Surf. I've never been on one of these Ultra Surf coasters before. I know that there are a few out there that I've just never experienced, so I'm looking forward to getting, hopefully, on the surf coaster at Georgia. That would be great. After that, we have the Texas Stingray, which is a GCI wooden at SeaWorld San Antonio, and that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Next up, we have two Knott's Berry Farm coasters, Accelerator and also Ghost Rider. So I thought when I was going to make this list that Ghost Rider was going to be a lot higher, but because of the parks that I'm going to and the rides that I like, it falls a little bit short of the top 10 list, which is kind of surprising because I really thought it was going to be near the top based on all the hype that it gets, Ghost Rider. Maybe it might surprise me as once I get on the ride, but I don't really know what to expect. But there's just so many good coasters on this list that I'm looking forward to getting to that I think I just have to rank higher. Another coaster, number 19, is going to be Thunderhead, Dollywood GCI wooden coaster. So that'll be a lot of fun. Next up, we have two Wonder Woman coasters. These are RMC Raptors. Golden Lasso is the prototype. I'm pretty sure Jersey Devil is a similar kind of coaster model compared to both of these. I know the Golden Lasso it was one of the first ones because it's a prototype, but Flight of Courage looks like it could be good too. I think it's a little bit newer as well, so that'll be interesting. We have the Wild Eagle coming up at number 16, the B&M Wing Coaster at Dollywood. A couple of B&M wings that I remember riding, Rapterra last year, Gatekeeper, Thunderbird, to name a few. Those are really good coasters, so if it's anything like those, sign me up. Now we're getting into the top 15 range. Number 15 is going to be Goliath, and this is a B&M almost hyper at Six Flags over Georgia. I say almost because it's not quite the 200 feet, but it's pretty darn close, so I'll give it to it. It's basically a hyper. And if you know me, some of my favorite hyper coasters, we got Diamondback, we got Nitro, we've got, what else? Raging Bull, we've got, oh man, I'm drawing a blank. Mamba, no, is it Mamba? Yeah, Mamba's hyper. What else is hyper? We got Steel Force. I'm drawing a blank on some of these hypers. There's one that I'm thinking of that I can't remember off the top of my head. It'll come to me. But hypers are one of my favorites, so I'm looking forward to that. Next up, we have, I believe, Thunder Striker. Yeah, let's not skip Thunder Striker. Another hyper. I just named some of my favorite hypers. So there's going to be a few hypers on this list. And yeah, so Viper looks like it could be a lot of fun. Or sorry, Thunder Striker looks like it could be a lot of fun. Next up is going to be Viper, which when I first saw this, I didn't really know what to expect because Viper is an Arrow custom looper, and arrows are very hit or miss for me. Like some of them are great, but some of them just rattle you around and give you that little like head bump. And the trains aren't the best, but you always know you're on an Arrow once you're on an Arrow coaster just by the trains alone. So I'm gonna give it a shot. It looks insane. 7 inversions on this one. Pretty big drop. So it looks awesome from what I saw, but I don't really know what to expect because it's Arrow. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Next up, we have another coaster named Goliath. This one's at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and it's a Gia Vanilla Mega Coaster, which is again basically a hypercoaster. I think they're similar. They just call it something different. And also, speaking of that company, manufacturer, Titan is another one that's on this list. There's 2 of them that I'm going to be riding, and I've never ridden a coaster by Gia Vanilla before, so I'm looking forward to getting on those 2. The stats look pretty incredible on these. I'm going to pull it up on my computer over on to the side here. So if I just go over to, where is it? Six Flags over Texas. Then we got Goliath. Or sorry, Titan. Six Flags over Texas. We got Titan. Here we go. 255-foot drop, 85 miles an hour. This thing is going to be sick. And I'm pretty sure that also the one at Six Flags Magic Mountain is going to be very similar, and that is Goliath. Let me just check. It's going to be it's 255 feet drop, 85 miles an hour for Goliath and Titan. They look insane. I'm surprised they're not higher on this list, and maybe you can make an argument that they should be higher. But yeah, those 2 coasters are going to be very high on my rankings after we get off them. There's not going to be a debate about that. So anyway, now we are entering the top 10, and you're going to see a few RMCs in this top 10. I'm really a big fan of RMCs. Some of my favorites are Iron Gwazi, Steel Vengeance. We got the Wicked Cyclone. We've got the Wildcat's Revenge. We've got Twisted Timbers, to name a few. The one that was Wind Chaser that at what's it place, Kentucky Kingdom. There's a few of them that I've been on that I really love, the RMCs. So I'm gonna just list them off here. There's a few: Lightning Rod at Dollywood, Twisted Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain, New Texas Giant at Six Flags Over Texas, Airy Force 1, which I thought was going to be higher on this list based on all the hype that gets. That's at number 7. Iron Rattler at number 6. And those are all of the RMC iBoxes. Iron Rattler is one of my favorite coasters of all time. That's an RMC iBox. The reason why I have Iron Rattler ahead of Airy Force 1 is because the size of Iron Rattler is insane. I'm going to pull this up on the side over here. Let me just go to it. Iron Rattler is at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. So we got Iron Rattler. It is 179 feet with 171-foot drop, 70 miles an hour, compared to a Fun Spot America Atlanta Airy Force 1, which has very similar 155 height, 146 drop, and 64 miles an hour. So they're very similar, but Iron Rattler gets that little bit of an edge because of the height. And speaking of height, we got the tallest Giga dive coaster that there is right now, coming to Six Flags Over Texas, and that is going to be Tormentia Rampaging Run. And this has got a 309-foot height, 280-foot drop, and 87 miles an hour, 4 inversions. So this ride looks insane. First of all, if you've ever been on a dive coaster, and you know that all of them are insane, but this one's going to be about quite a bit higher than all the other ones that I've ever been on. So I'm looking forward to that. We got 4 inversions on this, a 95-degree angle. It looks insane. It's also got one of the tallest loops, I believe, that I've seen. So that'll be cool. And this ride looks nuts. Looking forward to getting out to Texas. That's one of the big reasons why I want to get to Texas this year for that coaster. And I was going to go sooner, but I'm going to just wait till it's open. I don't really know exactly the opening day yet. All I know is it's opening in 2026. So that'll be a lot of fun. So next up, we have Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. This is going to be the Universal Intamin coaster that's opening up soon. And let me pull up the stats for Fast and Furious right now. So, 72 miles an hour, four inversions, and I'm pretty sure the tracks, the trains like spin or something. I don't know the exact like um, model or directions, I guess, of this. All I know is that it's an Intamin and they're spinning cars. So, and it goes 72 miles an hour. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. Once this gets an opening day announced, I'll have a better idea of when I'm going to California, because I'm not gonna go for this not to be open. You know, I want to go. I want to get on everything, and that includes this coaster. So. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift is definitely a high priority for me this season, and I might have mentioned it earlier, but Universal Orlando is opening a similar. I think it's a clone of this next in 2027. So it's going to be replacing the Hollywood Ride Rocket Ride in the regular Universal Park. So that'll be interesting to see how they compare. I'm going to get to do this one first in California, and then I'll get to do the next one in regular Universal. So it'll be fun. Um, it's one of the more anticipated coasters of the season. I thought it was going to be higher on my list, but it's only number 4, which is kind of insane if you think about it. Number 3 on this list might be higher. It should be higher compared considering all the hype that it's been getting. I just don't know if I'm definitely getting there or not this year at Epic Universe, and that's going to be Stardust Racers. So I have heard glowing reviews about this. I've heard that it's better than Velocicoaster. I've heard it's the best ride in Florida, which I find that to be impossible. But this ride looks insane. It's a dually coaster. It's 133 feet, 62 miles an hour. It's got a launch, 0G roll. It's got everything, and it's also usually dueling too, which adds to it. And it's in Florida, so if it's anything like Velocicoaster or anything like Iron Gwazi, as far as how great it is, I know that the coaster models themselves are different, but if it's anything like how crazy and like intense those other coasters are, that's gonna be something that's gonna be very high on my rankings for sure. Uh, Again, I don't know if I'm definitely going to Orlando this year. I was supposed to go actually this week, but none of my friends could go, and I didn't want to go alone. But there might still be a chance that I try to get my way out there, maybe in February. I'm not really definitely sure about that. It might happen, and if it doesn't happen this year, it's going to happen next year. So it's just a matter of when I get there. So even if I don't get there this year, Stardust Racers is very high on my priorities for coasters that I want to get on eventually. Next up, we have one of the more insane coasters that's on this list, and you might be surprised to see that it's not number 1, and that is X2. X2 is at Six Flags Magic Mountain. It's got a 215-foot drop, 76 miles an hour, 2 inversions, and from what I've heard, this coaster is insane. When I first saw it, I thought it was going to be a lot like a Joker ride, but apparently this is nothing like that. The reason why I thought it was going to be like a Joker is because the 4D aspect of it, but apparently it's very different. It looks insane. The drop, 215 miles an hour, 215 feet, is going to be insane. I've seen some POVs, but like not full POVs, only like some of it, and it looks insane. So I'm really hyped up about getting to ride X2 this year. It's a coaster I've never been on. It's very high on my bucket list. I've heard people talk about how insane this is. Somebody from California was telling me about it that I know, and I've just seen some videos of it online, and it looks nuts. So that is going to be number 2 on my list. But with all these coasters that are not number 1, you're probably wondering what my number 1 most anticipated coaster is for the 2026 season. And without further ado, I present to you, let me just pull it up here on the stats page. Where is it? Carowinds Fury 325. That is my most anticipated coaster of the 2026 season. It's got a 320-foot drop, 95 miles an hour, and it's a Giga coaster from B&M. And if you know me, you know I love Giga coasters. I just did Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland last year. That was a lot of fun. I might try to, not this year, unless it's a day trip or something. I might try to get back there because I didn't get to go on Alpine Fury. But maybe eventually I will get on Alpine Fury, but that's a different video for a different day. If you want to see my Canada vlog, check that out. But Fury 325 is going to be one of my favorite coasters, I think, when it's all said and done. This ride looks insane. I've seen some POVs of this, and this looks like it's going to be one of my all-time favorites for sure. Some of my favorite Giga coasters, definitely Leviathan, We got Pantherian, which I just got to do. That was the last coaster that I did. I think Pantherian is a slight preference over Leviathan. Then we got Millennium Force. We got Orion. So those are the four that I know I've done, and I'm probably missing a Giga somewhere in there. But anytime I get a Giga coaster on my trip, I'm all for it. So that is going to be my most anticipated coasters. Hopefully, I get to do all of these this summer and more. Again, I mentioned I might try to get to California's Great America and also Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, but I don't really know too much about those parks. They're just kind of like credit fillers, I guess. And also, I might try to get down to like the Wildwoods and some New Jersey theme park boardwalks that are close to where I grew up because I haven't been there in years. But don't want to promise any of those because the other parks are more important to me. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you all for watching this video. I definitely plan on making more in the future. Plenty of vlogs coming forward this season. I know I haven't really been uploading a lot on the off season. I might try to change that now that I'm fully settled in and ready to go. And it's 2026. So yeah, thank you again for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. And there's not really going to be too much editing done with this video. Just going to be me talking. I hope you guys enjoy that. And sorry if I rambled a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much going to be all I have to say about these coasters. I'm looking forward to having a great coaster season. I'm looking forward to bringing you guys along for the journey. And thank you again for watching. And I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.